Hello everyone, my name is Vu. I am 47 years old and I live in Ben Tre, Vietnam. Every morning I eat a jar of this yogurt. It is very good for my digestion. This is made by my wife. We sell it every day to make a living. Right now she is the main provider for our family and my job is to be her assistant. While my wife is preparing the yogurt mixture, my daily job is to wash these jars. Customers return these jars to us after eating, and I wash them very carefully. We use glass jars because they are much cleaner. Also, when we put them in the freezer, they get cold faster, and the yogurt tastes better. My wife always tells me that if the tools are not completely clean, the whole batch of yogurt will be ruined. That is why I wash them very carefully. After washing, I put them outside under the sun. They must be completely dry before we can use them. I work hard every day to help my wife. We have 2 children. We do this to pay for their school and our daily life. This small business is the only income that feeds our whole family. Yogurt is a popular snack for families here. You can buy it in the supermarket, but the homemade version always tastes better. My wife has done this every day for years. She doesn't need to look at any instructions. The whole recipe is just in her head. She pours boiling water into the empty cans. She wants to get every last drop of the thick milk. We do not waste anything. This exact amount of water is a very important step. It is her secret after 20 years of making yogurt. I have helped her every single day. I know this process by heart. Sometimes when she is busy or tired, I can make a perfect batch all by myself. The water is still steaming hot. She is stirring continuously to make sure the thick milk dissolves completely. Have you ever made yogurt using this traditional method? You might notice that our kitchen is a bit small and crowded. Here in Vietnam, working families like us do not like to throw things away. We keep old pots and tools, hoping they will be useful one day. Wealthy families have big, spacious kitchens with modern wall cabinets to keep everything neat. Our kitchen is not like that. It is full of old things. But this small room has fed our family for 20 years. We divide the work. When we work together side by side, everything goes much faster. My wife is completely focused on the yogurt mixture. She cuts the bags of fresh milk and pours them in. She is very fast and professional. It takes us about 2 hours of nonstop work to finish one batch. I have finished washing all the glass jars. Now I am preparing the styrofoam box. These styrofoam boxes are very cheap to buy, but they keep the heat perfectly for the yogurt to ferment, and they can hold a huge number of jars at the same time. We have a lot of glass jars like this. My wife always reminds me, they must be perfectly clean and dry before we use them. Now let me stir this mixture. I need to make sure the starter and the milk blend well together. While I do this, let me tell you a little bit more about our small business and our daily family life. We are a family of 5. My wife and I live with my mother, who is 71 years old. We have two children, a boy and a girl. My daughter is 20. She is studying to be a nurse in Vinh Long province. My son is 16. He will be in the 11th grade here in Ben Tre. In the past, our lives were very different. I used to be a repair technician for Sony PlayStations. My wife had a clothing shop at the traditional market, and she sold yogurt on the side. Back then, our life was stable. We were not rich, but we didn't struggle too much. But then the COVID-19 pandemic happened, and the global economy changed. Selling at the traditional market became very difficult. So, we made a hard decision to close our shop at the market. We moved everything back home and focused entirely on making yogurt to survive. Oh, I almost forgot. My wife also has another traditional skill to help support the family. She makes cha bong, a type of traditional Vietnamese dried meat. Between the yogurt and the dried meat, we earn enough to keep our children in school. In my future videos, I will show you exactly how my wife makes this Vietnamese dried meat. I hope you will come back to watch it. Maybe you are wondering, how much money do we actually make from this yogurt? Let me share the real numbers with you. We sell one jar for 5,000 Vietnam dong. In US money, that is only about 20 cents. After we pay for the milk, the sugar, the jars, and the gas, our profit is exactly 1,000 Vietnam dong. That is just 4 cents. Yes, we make exactly 4 cents of profit for every jar. Because the profit is so small, we can only survive by selling a large amount. Every single day, my wife and I sell about 200 to 300 jars. So for a full day of hard work, our total profit from yogurt is about 8 to 12 US dollars. This does not include the money from selling the cha bong meat, but it is still a very modest income. $12 a day might sound like very little to many people. To survive, we have to save our money very carefully. We live simply and do not spend on unnecessary things. We try our best to save every penny for our daily meals and, most importantly, to pay for our children's education. Seeing them go to school makes all this hard work worth it. After 2 hours of hard work, we have finally finished this batch. My wife is now organizing everything neatly inside the box so they can ferment. The fermentation process takes a long time. It needs about 5 hours to be completely done. We are trying to finish everything quickly so we can have our meal. Right now, my stomach is growling. We are very hungry. As you can see, this is just a very small family business, but it requires a lot of hard physical labor. Look at this old kettle. We have used it for more than 20 years. It is covered in black soot. No matter how hard we scrub, it never gets completely clean. It is like a family antique from my mother, but we still use it every single day as our main tool to make yogurt. Now we have to close the box very tightly. This keeps the heat inside, which helps the yogurt ferment perfectly. While the yogurt is fermenting, my wife warms up a pot of caramelized pork with black pepper for our lunch. The rich smell fills the kitchen, making my stomach growl even louder. Our everyday meals are very simple. Today we have the savory pork and a hot bowl of soup. The soup is made with local green leaves, sponge gourd, and a little bit of minced pork. This makes the broth naturally sweet and very healthy. It is finally time to eat. We invite you to join us for this simple meal, a true taste of the Mekong Delta. As you can see, our everyday food is very basic, but to us, having this warm meal together is true happiness. Usually our meals are quick and simple like this. We put our food in one big bowl for each person. We don't lay out a big feast on a traditional round tray like people did in the old days. Looking at this bowl, it makes me think of my childhood. I remember going back to the countryside. Back then, meals with my grandparents were so special. Everyone had their own small bowl and a pair of chopsticks made from coconut wood. The whole family would gather tightly around the tray. We ate, talked, and laughed so happily together. Times have changed. Nowadays, everyone is always busy with their own work. In our house, whoever is free can eat first. We don't have to wait for each other. My 71-year-old mother and my teenage son already had their lunch much earlier today. It is a busy life, but it is our life. We will take our time to finish this meal now. After this, there is still more work waiting for us in the afternoon. But for this short moment, we just want to enjoy the food and the quiet. Thank you for being here with us today and sharing our simple life. If you enjoyed our story, please subscribe to the channel. Next time, I will show you how my wife makes the traditional cha bong meat. Goodbye from our small kitchen. We wish you health and peace.